Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Um, Last time we defeated the absolute cultists in Grimforge, freed the Deep Gnomes, told the Dwergar slavers to fuck off, and made our way to Rosymorn Monastery, where a Githyanki Kresh has laired. So we're gonna enter the crash and try and get our tadpoles removed or purified. However, given what we've seen the Githyanki do to non-Githyanki, um, Carolina's gonna be a little bit more hesitant than Lazelle is about this whole venture. But anyway, let's continue. So we've got that buff up. I'm gonna need this buff. Yes, that's right. Shower me with money. Yoink.
Thank you for agreeing to find Wulbrin. It means a great deal to me. Indeed.
Money. Alright. Time for our morning buffs. Alright, everybody, drink your poison resistance. Your elixir of bloodlust. Poison resistance. And you're gonna get superior arcane cultivation for extra smiting.
What am I to do?
Shadowheart will get poison resistance and supreme arcane cultivation. You know what? I'm also gonna give Lazelle a different potion just because I think it'd be hilarious. I'm gonna give her the bite attack. There you go. Now you can bite people, Lazelle. Enjoy. I mean, I would already do it. Yeah, but now you have the skill to do it in combat. Alright, that.
Never a dull moment.
Alright. I think that's all the buffs I got. Oh yeah, I need to give everyone long stride, but I can do that once we leave camp. Since they'd all be together. There we go. Okay, well, I think we're ready. Although, yeah, let's go. Okay, so, oh yeah.
That's enough. On your feet.
Where are you taking us?
If this is about that weapon your friend was talking about, we don't have it and we don't know shit about it.
Silence! Move!
No. No, 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 I'm not going in there. I won't.
I mean, I should feel bad, but they're absolute cultists,
Anyone want to join
so I'd end up probably having to kill them anyway.
Through the doors. Now! The captain is expecting you.
Forward, carefully. These cultists have the crash on high alert.
Yeah, I noticed that. Okay, so we can't go in the front door.
Within the artifact of feeling stirs. Uncertainty.
Because that
Curiosity
is...
is getting the better of you. Do not let it. Stay.
That is an
away
arcane
from the
lock,
deviant.
which means I can't
They're hunting
lockpick
you.
it.
They want the artifact. They'll stop at nothing to take it from you.
Well, if we don't have worms in our heads, then does it really matter if they have the artifact?
What do you mean, too drunk? It's not possible.
Hold on. Just gonna take that. Take that. Nope. 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 Take that. All right. Well, that's not what I wanted to do.
That kobold reeks of spirits. Fire could be explosive.
Really? Well. Let's get some breathing room, shall we? All right.
At the ready.
I am fury. I am death. My path be true.
Young. Hey.
On my way.
All right. I could just drop a fireball on him, but that would probably cause more problems than it would solve. Alright, he's done.
Let's finish this. Onward.
Spiritual weapon. Let's do a spear. Doesn't need to be that big. There you go. Stab!
Got to focus.
Can't slow down.
Swift and lethal.
Alright. No, not that one. Cleave. Yoink!
Let's end this.
Stab!
Talk to me.
I'm gonna let the spiritual weapon get its. Oh, okay. This is why we can't have nice things.
Can't give up.
Yay!
Need to stay focused.
Alright, where's the last one? Oh, he's over there. Okay.
Heading there.
He's bank. A collection of drawings, some cruder than others. Most feature kobolds in varying degrees of nakedness, some performing sexual acts on themselves, and some on each other. The final pages, however, feature more varied subjects: a soaring red dragon, Githyanki of various ages, and surprisingly detailed description or depictions of wine bottles. Sounds like there's some kobolds still in the bottle or in the barrels. Let's wake him up. Hi. Hi. Hi, Floof. Welcome to stream. We're at the Get Yankee Crash. And we're putting an end to a Kobold Bender. Oh, and my Shadowheart's spiritual spear actually got a kill. For once.
I'm done. I can't wait to sleep.
Alright. That's a shit ton of daggers. Alright. Alright, in you go. Step lightly. Okay, let's go this way. We jump up.
What's that?
Boink.
That's curious.
Kaboom. And what's in here?
Is someone crying?
Prime spot for an ambush, huh? Okay.
Mishkas. Better be careful with any magic. Spells set them off. Best be on my way.
Spell set them off, huh? Okay. How about splitting shot? I take no. It doesn't. I haven't done a melee Dread Ambusher in a while, so here we go. Grimishkatel. Hello, Astrid. Welcome to stream. We're in the Githyanki Crash. Well, we're technically not in the crash yet, but we're in the monastery. And I defeated the anti-magic cats with bullets. Because apparently those aren't magical.
But that will fit in my pack.
Magic missile doesn't work. Try good old fashioned. Ah, yes. I have the magic called technology. Guess what's the saying? Sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Wizard Bane oil. Yeah. Alright.
Don't give me
A
trouble.
locked door? That won't stop me. I'm a rogue. There's rumors of Githyanki sighting in the region. The Dawn Master's inner circle think we don't know, but it's all anyone can talk about. What do they want? Can they be after the blood itself? How would they even found out about it? Personally, I'm excited. If there really is a Githyanki attack, then there's a chance they'll fire the lance. To see the light of Lathander himself launched forth from Rosimond's roof, that would be something to write about. Brother Welland claims he saw it once, and it was so bright it nearly made him blind. Luckily, he says it's quite hard to fire, but once we do, those Githyanki won't know what hit him. Yep, hail hydrate. Thank you, Floof. Alright. Scroll. 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 That's potion. Oil. Thank you for the watch streak, even though Twitch doesn't know what the accurate count is. I appreciate it. Alright. Fire wine barrel. It's funny that I so agree and go with 7. Resistance. His Holy Blood, Volume 3, Dawn Master of Aside. This missile commemorates the founding of Rosimond Monastery. For my sins, it only just occurred to me that I lacked in my record keeping of late. But then again, we have been busy. In our fray with the Shah and thieves, we retrieved the blood. But one of the heretics sinned most heinously. They struck the amber encasing his blood with a maul of pure void, damaging the most holy relic. As if knowing of this blasphemy, the exposed blood shone with an unbreakable radiance, reducing the Shah and horde to dust for us to sift from this now holy ground. The relic became far too unstable to carry back to Hop. Thus, we fashioned a simple chapel around ourselves here, and have encased the blood within steel, to be wielded as the most righteous cudgel against those who sit in shadow. To keep it from the lustful sacrilege of thievery, our simple chapel will become a great monastery, and the blood shall be secreted away with a great many more wiles than it was before. I find it hard to fathom that we left such an artifact in such an obvious open space to begin with. Alas, his light singes away the mistakes of the past, leading to a more fortuitous dawn indeed. Yeah, I'm surprised the game doesn't go. I mean, the game goes all in with the Shar and Selûnite rivalry, but Lathander is almost as big a rival, if not more so, than to Shar than Selûne is, because Selûne is the Moon Maiden, but Lathander is the sun, and Shar is all about darkness. Lathander is all about blinding light. But we don't really have much of a focus on Lathander, except in backstory and lore. It's not on full display like the Shards and the Selûnites. Parables of Dawn, Master Facade. An epic-looking tome that opens with an illustrated panel of Dawnmaster Visade riding into battle against an army of Sharn clerics. In his raised hand, his trusted battle axe, its sharp edge glinting in Lathander's light. Also, I kind of low-key wish there was a mod that could give any class, if you wanted them to, a deity. Because that's a thing, at least in Pathfinder, where your part of your character sheet has your deity, no matter what class you're in. I mean, like if you're a rogue, you could just put, none. But I usually fill one in. And Carolina's would be Selûne. Supposed to have a religious cult.
Nothing. I assume your people are just as misguided as you are.
But yeah, unofficially, since the game won't let me have one, Carolina is a Selûnite. But as a rogue and a ranger, she knows that, maybe it's not always the best to advertise. Especially with an open Sharn in the group. Dane Priest of Alkma. Which one's Alkma? I've not heard of that one. He's one of the magic. Okay. Yeah, of the companions that I have at this moment, obviously Shadowheart is a Sharn. Lae'zel here is for Vlaakith. Gale is for Mystra, even though he's kind of going through a breakup period at the moment. Astarion, I think, is legitimately an atheist. Though I can understand why, given the whole Cazador thing. Mr. being his patron wouldn't change that. No, I meant like they're kind of like ex-lovers. But yeah, he's still follows Mistress Tennant. She's still his goddess, even though they're, no longer intimate, I suppose. Then, Will would probably be Helm. He says he's not spiritual, but I'm pretty sure he'd go with Helm since he's, Baldurian. Probably would have gone into the Flaming Fist. Ilmater would also work for Will. Karlak. Possibly. I don't know what Karlak would be. Mostly because I don't really fully understand or fully know all the Forgotten Realms deities. Maybe Corellian? I don't know. It'd be a chaotic good deity. The Red Knight. Okay. Hold on. I gotta blow my nose. Halsin would obviously be Sylvanas. That's definitely no question. The Oak Father. Minthara used to be Lolth, but I don't know. Sylvanas and Miliki. Alright. I don't know what Minthara would be post rescuing from the Absolute. Because. Which she's still. I mean, she's a Lothsworn drow, but. She kind of. Broke her vows, so to speak. She's still a Lothian? Okay. Minsk is Minsk. His deity is Boo the miniature giant space hamster. I'll put the light in that. Okay. And Jaheira, I would say either Sylvanas or Selûne. And of course, later on, at least in my campaign, Shadowheart is going to be a Selûnite. And Lae'zel over here will either be Tiamat or Bahamut. Probably Tiamat, just because the Githyanki or get their dragons from Tiamat. But, yeah, she's not going to be Vlakithian anymore.
The monastery's notable keepers adorn these intricate panels. Lathendarian monasteries of this size were usually overseen by Dawn Masters, esteemed members of the clergy.
Examine the image marked Dawnmaster Seed.
The reconsecration of the monastery, conducted by Dawnmaster Seed.
I don't think I've ever had creamed eggs. I normally only have my eggs scrambled.
Evensong before the Zenith Day, celebrated by Dawnmaster Stockhold. Dawnmaster Welkin Glory beckons forth the rising sun in Lathander's name.
I'm not sure. So okay.
Dawnmaster Vasaid wielding. The rest of the inscription and picture has shattered away.
Alright, so this is as we can see here, we've got pedestals corresponding to each image. If we look at the plaque here.
Master Seed.
So Seed here is wielding a warhammer. So we got to find a warhammer. Over here we can see the longsword.
Dawnmaster Welkin Glory.
And it is lighting up said pedestal. We have a mace.
Dawnmaster Stockhold.
So I'm going to go ahead and put the ceremonial mace there. Ta-da! So it looks like we have a warhammer and another ceremonial weapon to find. Also, I'm going to attempt something. I don't know if it's going to work.
Intruder! In my nest! This area was meant to be safe! Xavier, get behind Mummy!
Persuasion. I'm just interested in the big device. I promise not to meddle with the nest. This should be deception. Mostly you see the nigger watching your holy place being sacked. Yeah.
Fine. Xavier! Xavier! Don't talk to it. It might have germs.
Now, normally, in order to get this, you'll have to fight the eagles. But I don't really want to fight the eagles. So, that's why I saved. I think I have a scroll of greater invisibility. And if that's the case, I'm going to use it to steal the hammer and just leave. The giant eagles know what germ theory is delights me. And just like that, I don't have to fight the eagles. Because I'm not going to lie, that Blue Jay's kind of a prick. Tolkien approves. Also, if I recall, eagles in 5e are more good aligned than evil aligned. I mean, they're animals, so they're more neutral than anything. But they're typically more associated with good aligned characters than not. Closest they get to evil is lawful neutral. Okay. So yeah, I don't really want to go killing eagles, especially a mama and her chick. Especially for kind of a jackass of a Blue Jay. Eaglet.
A Guardian of Faith spell. And a remarkably long-lasting.
Yeah, I didn't know the term. All right. That is a ceremonial battle axe. All right, Guardian of Faith, gotta kill you. Or maybe. Can I do this again? Nope. Okay. Ow. Chick is accurate when they're freshly. Okay. Yeah, that was clearly a juvenile, so.
It's been a long day.
Please.
I'll need to rest soon.
Reminder to the caretaker when oiling the machine, make sure you don't grease the statues themselves. Stones becomes loose of late and has a tendency to slip. Novice Perrin was rumored to have triggered a full spin once. Alright, so we've got the remainder of the ceremonial weapons. So let's go put them on their pedestals. Let's see here. That one is the Warhammer. Ding. And that would mean that this one is the Battle Axe. A note to the next Dawnmaster. To the next Dawnmaster, I don't think we're going to make it, but the blood is secure. We closed it off with magic. Only one of our own can take it. If anyone else tries, the walls will fall, and they won't get out of here alive. Should that happen, pray for Rosimorn Monastery. But do not mourn. It's for the best. In death, new life, always.
This blood sounds important. Could it still be here somewhere?
Well, our rogue was just given a key to the blood. And now that she knows that it's also could be a very valuable weapon. I wonder what our rogue is going to do with that information. If you're guessing A, she's going to leave it alone and leave it in a museum, I'm sorry, but she can't hear you over the sound of her being a rogue. Belongs in museum. No, it belongs to my cleric. An inventory of the food and offerings brought to the monastery and their redistribution to alms seekers. Ad break. It's fine. Yeah. Wooden barrel, torch, nothing.
That might be worth a look.
All right. Gun is the best spell in the game. keep those rotten shit. Yeah, Astrid, if you're behind Agile, what I was saying is with the Blood of Lathander, our rogue knows it's here, knows that it's a valuable weapon, and now has the key. So, if you're thinking that she was just gonna, let it be for a museum, um, I'm sorry, but she can't hear you over the sound of her being a rogue. It's going to Shadowheart. For the great plunder. The Morning Lord would not approve, but she's a Slew Knight, so who cares? Well, I mean, I'm gonna give it to a Sharon, who I'm secretly converting into a Selûnite. So, you know. Hell, the fact that I'm using subterfuge to convert Shadowheart back into a Saloon Knight, I think even Shar would give me grudging respect for. Because that kind of trickery is right up her alley. It's a secret. Poor Shadow is so bad at being bad that she sucks. No, the fact that I'm secretly converting her by, nudging her in the right direction. But yeah, Shadowheart is a villain with an F in evil. Which might actually be a good or in-universe explanation to why Shadowheart's initial stat spread as a trickery domain Sharon cleric, why it sucks so much. Because that's not what she's meant to be. This missile charts an expedition to find the lost relic called the Blood of the Thunder. While mine eyes remained unscorched, we have made great progress in finding his lost blood. After many suns of searching, I pen this entry as our gaze lies upon a Sharan outpost, nestled among the valleys of the Chiontha. We know the Sharans hold the blood. They dropped a cargo trunk during transport one eve, and its lid slipped open. 'Twas only a moment, but my shining adherents, what a moment it was! The entire riverbank aflame with soothing radiance, the same rosy light of a summer dawn. I could practically hear his morning song bouncing between the valley walls. We advance upon those heretic night-bringers in the first light of dawn tomorrow, and shall leave naught but ashes in our wake. Yeah, when Shar figures out how I've converted Shadowheart, she'd probably you've beaten me at my own game. And then Caroline could just go, don't flatter yourself. You were never even a player. And a cookie to anybody who gets that reference. This missile, describing a holy artifact of Lathander, is pinned in a particularly fevered hand. His radiance has faded from our unworthy gazes. O ye of lightless wretches, we have failed the Morning Lord, and I record that failing in the pages of this tome. To think he once stood on our imperfect world, among us imperfect mortals, and felled the villain Samaster with his holy brilliance. He bled for us, brethren, and we were tasked with locking our gazes eternally upon his blood. We let those gazes falter, and the blood was taken from our sight. is a test, one that this chapel is duty bound to undertake. I pass the keeping of this record along to Paladin Vaesed, chosen in light to find the relic. Paladin, when you look upon the blood, I pray Lathander honors your deeds by burning out your eyes. Yeah, that's why Carolina's a Selûnite. Because Selûne doesn't burn your eyes out. In fact, held. Azula always lies. Azula made a great Sharon, to be honest.
The blood of Lathander, spilled in holy battle with Samaster, immortalized here for all to worship.
So they kept the blood of Lathander here. No wonder it was looted.
It's like, I'm disappointed that I didn't do it first. I mean, what?
That's a Githyanki blade, if ever I saw one.
This stone disc has Githyanki runes carved into it. Below them is drawn a translation into the common tongue. It is an inventory of items taken by the Githyanki from Lathandrian monks upon their initial takeover of the monastery, and the subsequent shipment of major valuables back to Tunarath. Stop stealing from the dead. Why, they can't use it. Besides, that's how this whole RPG economy works. Player characters looting corpses. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna do a quick inventory maintenance. Bear with me. Okay. I'm just trying to get all the stacks back up. Alright, there we go. Okay, there's that, there's that, there's that. Okay. Is it important? Not really. It's just my OCD compels me. Alright, that looks a lot better. Okay. Now I can go forward. Alright. Let's go ahead and open the door. Yay. Well, Lae'zel, we found him.
Sentries to arms! Istik, state your purpose quickly.
Stand down, Gish.
I'm
Did not
covered
lack its
in
command
blood.
to welcome.
Whose blood am I covered in?
I expected no visitors, faithful or otherwise. Why have you come?
Is it the art? Is it the Guardian of Faith? I'm just gonna let Lae'zel.
Seek the Zaithisk. Show me the way.
You are infected. A gate thrall is something to eradicate, not reason with.
The faithful may be purified. This is Vlakith's protocol.
Fine. Let the Gustil carry out your fate. Report to the infirmary at once. And step carefully. Kreshulak watches you.
Forgive me. We have not been visited by an Inquisitor in an age. It is an honor. I would be more concerned than excited.
Alright, whatever.
This medicat
Any word on the search for the artifact, Rusty? Luke's words are food for gay spies. You should know better. Forgive me. We have not been visited by an Inquisitor in an age.
I heard they're making us join the patrol soon. The search must be going badly.
Hush, Honeywell.
Merchant!
Ugh. Blood, rust, scar. Is there no odious substance not smeared on this delivery? I'd heard this plane was disgusting, but I didn't think it would be like this.
Well, that must be something worthwhile in this plane, or your kind wouldn't be here.
Most metals here fold like istics, much like istics themselves. But if you're so keen to extol their virtues, you can pay accordingly.
How about you try that against my armor? It's called adamantine. Well, yours is made of fucking silver. You know what silver is on our plane? It's relatively soft and brittle. Well, not brittle, but, you know, malleable. Doesn't make good armor or weapons. So, yeah, if that's your judgment, yeah. Our metals are soft. But steel? Titanium? Adamantine? Yeah, no, you're full of it. Anyway, I want an arrow. Construct. Elemental. Fiend. King. The Underman. King. Daredevil gloves. Those could be useful. Gloves of Dex. Let's see here. Larathian's Wrath. Razor Gale. I don't know if anyone other than Carolina really uses long swords. I could get it for later. Because eventually someone's going to be able to use long swords. Unseen menace. Yeah, we'll give that one for Shadowheart. Because she likes spears. Alright. Now as for you... have my 40 million daggers. I bet she's like, oh my god, it never ends! The hell am I supposed to do with all this ishtick stuff? I don't know. Sounds like a you problem. Alright.
On your way then.
Okay.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
What's your gloves? You have Hellraider's Pride. Okay.
Eager for battle.
You have Gloves of Heroism.
Direct me.
The Bracers of Defense. Armor class is 18. I'm going to give you the Daredevil gloves.
No time to dally.
There we go. Oh. Oh, that's a pike, not a spear. Yeah, no. Never mind.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Alright. Here, I thought it was a spear.
Chucky, when you have a chance to kill your enemy, you take it. I'd already disarmed her. Chucky, we are training to fight Gate. You think they will hesitate? They won't need to if we keep killing each other for them. It's stupid. Silence! It seems your childish prattling is attracting an audience. You fight again. This time, daggers only. And to the death, as instructed. Who wants to challenge this sniveling Istark?
So, I never really found the whole training to the death thing a wise option. Because, I mean, the logic behind it is we We cull the weak so only the strong remain. Yeah, by like decimating your own forces. And by doing that, all the survivors have learned is how to kill people weaker than them. But if you fight to, or if you train non-lethally, one, it allows your weaker people to get better and come up with ways to outsmart the stronger opponents. And the stronger opponents now learn how to defeat physically weaker but more canny enemies. So it strengthens everyone. Pushing towards useless, breaking a warrior does not make him. Yeah, I know. It's the whole. I mean, KOTOR does this too with or maybe not KOTOR, but the MMO version, the old Republic, where the Sith Empire and the Sith Academy just, like, only one will survive to become Sith. And you wonder why you're losing the war. It's because you keep killing all your potential recruits. Alright. That said, Carolyn's not really in a position to persuade the others. So I'll fight the boy.
You? Tuskva. My students do not waste their time fighting such weaklings. But as we seem so intent on doing things differently today, why not? Take a dagger, stranger. This exercise requires nothing more than a blade and a backbone. What are you waiting for? Begin!
I refuse. There has to be a better way.
Killick. Kill him and put us all out of our misery.
I'm gonna make a non-fatal attack. And the reason why I'm doing this is to, one, teach the boy that your enemy isn't going to show you mercy. But because it's going to be non-fatal, it'll allow him to learn that. It's going to hurt a bit.
You skillfully avoid hitting any major organs, but apparently it was enough. He's out cold.
Yet another staggering display of incompetence.
Oh no, that was competence.
We've wasted enough time already.
I succeeded in delivering the lesson that you can't expect mercy from an enemy. But I did it in such a way that he'll live to learn the lesson, and he'll be able to fight again. So screw you and your... Sorry, do I have any healing? I do have a healing spell.
Take you.
There you go.
Thank you, Istik. The Savage would have left me there to die. He's always telling us how we have to be ruthless, that death is the only mercy we deliver. But you showed compassion and kindness. You're just like... Never mind.
Go on. Just like who? Empathy is a tool in any good hunter's arsenal. No different than a notched arrow.
That's wise, I think. You sound just like him. Prince Orpheus. He's so strong and wise, and he rides a comet. A comet!
Really?
We're forbidden to talk about him. They say Vlaakith knows if you even think his name. I found his book. Part of it, anyway. I read it all the time. He's unbelievable.
Do others read these Orpheus stories?
I don't think so. No one I've met. I drew his symbol where I thought someone might see it and recognize it, but nobody did. I must have the only copy.
I could talk about him if you gave me your copy to read.
You want me to... No, it's mine. I have to keep it safe.
I'm gonna try performance. This story deserves to be told and stir the hearts of others as it has yours. Do I have confidence in this role? Not really. So that's why I'm quick saving. Probably a good idea. How many potato chips do I have? Oh, I got 28 chips. Yeah. Okay. Roll again. There we go. That's a better number.
Really? I had no idea Istix cared about Githyanki stories. Make sure you tell it right. Don't leave anything out.
You got it. Alright, well, that's, I'll have Lae'zel read it to me later. Probably not a good idea to have her read the story of a traitor prince in the heart of a Vlaakith, stronghold. You know? Although... fuck.
This imposing portrait depicts a powerful Githyanki warrior, undeniably regal in her mien.
Vlaakith herself. She is both the sun that blinds us and the void that contains us. Praise be.
In the corner of the painting is a small symbol you can't quite place.
Fuck. Use one potato chip. Alright, well, I'm just not knowing it. Because I'm going to need a lot of those potato chips later on.
As hard as you rack your brain, the symbol doesn't look like anything you've seen before. This Githyanki looks different from the others you've seen here. The way her stark white skin stretches over her sharp features gives her a distinctly otherworldly aspect.
Dexterity. Draw a new face onto the portrait. Should I improve the artwork, chat? It'll probably piss off Lae'zel. Yeah, alright, let's do it. God damn it. You're so close. Okay. One potato chip. one more. Fuck! Stop it! Okay, I'm gonna quick save. It's getting ridiculous. There we go.
Take a moment to fully appreciate your masterpiece. She certainly looks a little less regal now.
A wretched display. I thought you better than such juvenile antics.
I mean, you realize, Lae'zel, that Selûne is chaotic good, right?
Is this?
Emphasis on the chaos. I'm pretty sure Selûne would find what I just did hilarious.
Entirely too empty. I'd expect to see 15 eggs at the very least.
Trap. Be cautious.
Yoink. Yoink.
Watch how you go. There's a trap. Be wary. This place is trapped.
This place is enlightening. My own creche, Kalir, is remote and sunless, cloaked in the silence of wild space. My Savage would find this one altogether too genial.
Hatchery with a single egg. How many does a clutch usually contain?
Kalir's clutch held 3 dozen eggs, more or less, though I've learned of creches that harbored 100.
Githyanki look quite humanoid. How did you evolve to lay eggs?
Humanoid. How I despise the term. Githyanki are quite superior to humans.
I mean, so are elves.
Our biology
according to
slates
Carolina.
state that Githyanki came to lay eggs after we escaped illicit enslavement and took to the astral plane. It's an asexual process, a favorable change by any estimation. Hideous to imagine a life where I couldn't partake in the pleasures of sex without the looming threat of bearing children.
So, I'm just trying to think biologically here. If a species reproduces asexually, then does it really need two distinct biological sexes? Because the whole point of having more than one is for sexual reproduction. Okay, this is making my brain hurt.
Shukiani. Githyanki chosen by Vlaakith herself to bear young. The queen assigns when and where they must lay, and how many eggs they must bear. The Shukiani pass their eggs in the material plane. In the astral, time barely passes.
Speaking, we
It is
started
a
as eggs. It's not
meticulous
that way.
process.
No, I get that, but in order to be fertilized, it that like it's not the eggs that is confusing me. That I understand. It's the fact that it's an asexual process, yet Githyanki have two sexes, as far as we know, which implies sexual reproduction. That's what's throwing me. I'm just like, it seems biologically inefficient to have more than one sex if you don't need sexual reproduction. Be like birds. I guess, I don't know. Alright.
My own Savage would never have threatened a youngling. A waste of time and energy. The pupils themselves culled the weak from their ranks. I myself felled 4 of my own classmates once Kalir had 100 times circled Tyrell.
For what reason? Rage? Entertainment?
Survival. My people have no use for cowards. Every trainee that I slayed was either too weak to withstand the lessons, or was cocky enough to pick a fight they could never win. They underestimated me, so they paid the price. The Githyanki are only as powerful as their weakest warrior. Jaquith Devensir, the termination of the frail, strengthens us.
Alright, well. Let me disarm these traps. Pay no attention to the elf behind the mirror.
Don't you want to fight with your brothers and sisters?
What's the difference between the whatever?
You can tell Kithrak Therazin that my position has not changed. The egg requires more time. Furthermore... Oh. You are not from Kreshilek. What are you doing here?
I want to see the hatchery. I didn't expect it to look so empty.
Almost all of the eggs in its clutch have hatched. We await only one more, which is taking its time.
Failure at the first hurdle of existence. Most caretakers would crush it and be done.
Most caretakers would not give the child its fair chance. But I shall. There could be greatness in that shell.
You note that the hope in his voice is tinged with weariness. It's the voice of a man who's fought the inevitable for a long time.
Why do you care so much about one dud egg? Gail, help me. Seriously, help me. I got it with a net too!
Not all that arrive late are weak. I created this entire hatchery, despite being the last of my clutch to hatch. They almost drowned me in the hatching pool, if it wasn't for the varsh of my clutch. This one deserves the same chance.
I'm not giving it to the creepy noble. I gave the creepy noble the owlbear egg and told him, hey, just... She's like, this doesn't look like a Githyanki egg. He's like, yeah, it's an owlbear egg, but I'm willing to bet that your bosses won't be able to tell the difference. I rather like this plan. No, I'm gonna give the egg to Lae'zel. Let me help. I can take it somewhere safe.
You've no Varsh instincts about you at all. Still, the captain's due for an inspection any day now. And if she sees it here... Tell me, what will you do with it if I entrust it to you?
I'll see that it becomes the greatest Gate Slayer you ever seen.
Not an easy task. And far harder without a creche to train it in. But you've a spirit about you that's quite inspiring. Perhaps even equal to the challenge. I can no longer ignore that Kithrak Thurizen's patience has its limits. Very well. Here. Take these. They will aid your approach to the egg. Battle already. It's not even born.
Entirely too empty. I'd expect to see 15 eggs at the very least.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
A large green egg with an uneven shell. You can see a vague outline of something within it.
Reach out and touch the egg.
The egg is warm to the touch. The rough shell like slate beneath your fingers. Whatever is within is stirring ever so slightly.
Pick it up and gingerly stow it in your pack. There you go.
An unhatched Githyanki egg should be the burden of a Varsh, not a warrior, whether ascended or otherwise. And yet, I'm drawn to the warmth of it. A child of Gith and a servant of Vlaakith grows within. Keep it close. Perhaps in our care, it might yet hatch. And don't you dare pass it to that lunatic woman prowling the mountain pass.
What if I gave it to the lunatic woman that has the pointy ears and constantly yells at me? Because I literally just gave it to you, Lae'zel. Oh. Well, in that case...
Stay vigilant. There are traps here.
Okay. Oh, he's already trying to clean my masterpiece. Why would you do that? It's so much better now.
Be watching. Not now, Kachuki. We're busy.
What's in the chest? It's making an awful noise.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, whatever.
This one's gonna be good. I can feel it.
Come on. Get in here. Alright.
parasite, brimming with magic. Take it.
Steel. Steel. Castile Stormgoss's research notes. A massive compendium of notes documenting with clinical precision the dissection of over 200 elithid parasites recorded in the common tongue. Sample 231. Observations. External presentation consistent with previous samples, but intestinal coloration is not. Internal fluids also appear discolored and infused with some sort of magic. Magic type and purpose are currently unknown. Notes. I need to spend some time reading about the magic in this land. My studies in Tunarth, extensive as they are, do not cover whatever this magic is. The parasites are unusual. I will need to retrieve similarly unusual samples in order to deduce a pattern. So she's found out about the absolutist tadpoles.
Time to press ahead.
A parasite. Take it. It might be useful.
Don't mind if I do.
Let's see here. Let's go that one. That one, and we'll do that one. Okay. All right.
Vertical incision from pineal eye to end of notochord. Intestinal coloration consistent with samples 231 to 259. Do you have a question? Or are you just going to stand there gawking?
I am a child of Gith, not discarded rat flesh. Am I not due your respect?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Let the istic with you speak. And I will decide what respect you're owed.
You know what? I would prefer Lae'zel to speak on my behalf.
Lae'zel, is it? Fine. And be quick. My work is of vital import.
We carry Geich tadpoles and have done so for countless days, yet we show no symptoms. We must enter the Zaithsk.
You are infected, but showing no signs of cerebral impairment. Fascinating. Either your tadpole is special, or you are. We must find out which. Go to the Zaithsk. I will ensure you're cured.
I wish there was an insight roll, but whatever. And the Zaithsk is...
The apparatus at the top of those stairs. Quickly now. Time is of the essence. Even Gith Yankee rarely experiences Zaithis. You are very lucky, Istik.
The device is strange, made of taut flesh and pockmarked metal. It waits for something.
The Zaithsk. Vlaakith's purity distilled. My duty. My right.
Let's examine the device.
device is an ingenious synthesis of illithid anatomy and metal alloys. It hums with psionic energy, hinting at paths into unknown mines and unseen planes.
Stand aside. My time has come.
Not yet. I'm going first.
I will not. I gave you my might. You will respect my charge.
And you will respect my authority as your commanding officer. You would still be hunting for this place without my leadership. I will be cured first.
You walk the line between confident and arrogant. A beguiling turn of events. Go on, into the Sathisk. I will follow.
The device is strange, made of taut flesh and...
I like how Lae'zel actually approves of that line.
waits for something. You feel your parasite stir.
Do not fear.
Because she respects authority. And by this point, you have shown that, or you've proven that you can command authority. And by not backing down, she respects that. Alright, well, lie down.
Your
God,
body
that looks
grows
uncomfortable.
cold, its warmth sapped by the cold metal seat. The machine awakens.
You must focus on the parasite at all times. The Zathis will do the rest.
Layers of magic weave themselves tightly around your head. The tadpole squirms and contracts. It's trying to hide. You realize the device is hunting your parasite, but it's doing so blindly. Without direction, your faculties could be permanently damaged. Your skull groans and bends under the pressure. Then, agony.
First, quick save. Saving throw. Follow the doctor's instructions. Seek the tadpole. Oh, thank God. I have a paladin here. Resistance.
Through waves of torment, you search for the parasite's lurking presence. The device searches too. You sense its hunger, its craving. It wants the tadpole, but maybe something more.
That's it. Ignore the pain. Think of the tadpole. Think of it purged.
This torment. You must persist. You must be cleansed.
The parasite burrows deeper, sinking its teeth into your brain's exposed tissue. It sucks greedily. You feel yourself ebbing away, while the parasite only grows stronger. It's evolving.
Stay calm. Guide the device closer. Sort of Thario.
That's it. You're almost there. The Zathis never fails.
The device yearns for the creature, for every part of you
focus on this ancient magic. Feed it with your own. Elixir of heroism. I didn't need it.
You pour yourself into the tadpole's putrid magic. Its strength multiplied. It unleashes on the machine. The two forces fuse violently together, your brain their conduit. Your body and mind drift apart. You are being undone.
Enough.
Ow!
The room swims back into focus. Your mind is intact, yet unfamiliar. Inside it, the tadpole lives on, and you feel different.
No! The Zaithis! What have you done? My life's work gone. And yet you live. And so does your parasite.
There's something in her voice that goes beyond rage. Curiosity, perhaps, or regret. Whatever it is, you cannot identify it.
Pretend the Zaithis wiped your memories and you don't know what she's talking about. God damn it. There we go.
The Zaithis must have damaged you when it was destroyed. Frustrating. I should have liked to have found out what happened. But I have no use for gibbering idiots. Leave me.
What? Frozen peas.
I followed the protocol. I must be cleansed.
Incredible. Your parasite is even stronger now.
Skvar! The Zaithisk. It might have killed you. I felt your torment. Someone must have tampered with it. An aberrance I can't begin to comprehend.
Who could have tampered with the device?
There must be a Sharlak in this creche. A traitor. The sort that is hunted, slaughtered, and erased from our histories. Few would dare dishonor their queen. Fewer still would be so brazen. Now hurry. We must go to the Charai and inform him of the Zaithisk's tampering.
Well, first... we need to rest.
Aim, breathe,
Poor dude's still trying to mess with my work. Alright. But yeah, now, thanks to... what's this? Oh, yeah, okay. Thanks to me passing all of those saving throws, I now have the Awakened feature. You can use all of your Lithid powers as a bonus action. Your resistance to the Zaithix in the Githyanki Infirmary awaken this power. Also, when it comes to the Illithid thing, the way I see how this will all end is, like, the game kind of says that, oh yeah, if you take the good ending, the tadpoles just kind of poof away when they die. But that would leave like all of your party and everyone who was infected with a good chunk of their brain missing. So what I like to think is the parasite is dead, but it's still physically there because it's so at that point intertwined with the host brain that the host brain just kind of uses it as the new neural pathways. So you don't gain any of the psionic functions anymore, but the parasite's body itself kind of acts as the replacement tissue that it ate. And because, it so perfectly mimics the neural tissue, there's no necrosis or anything. At least that's my headcanon. Alright. I don't think there's any... Okay. Let me organize... Oh yeah, I didn't even talk with Lysol. Now that we're at camp, I can ask her about the Orpheus disc.
To the Inquisitor at the crash. The Zaithisk's failure must be reported.
Yeah. But first...
Your mind connects with Lysal's, and together you envision the Githyanki disc.
Another part of the Orpheus tale. This one has been translated to Common.
I'd like to hear you tell the story.
Fine. The Prince of the Comet, Part 2. The Prince of the Comet, Orpheus himself, led his honor guard into battle. Their red dragons bellowed with righteous anger, and the heavens erupted. The glorious prince cried to all who could hear him, "Praise be to my mother Gith, the queen of the one sky, sacrificed to the hells by the renegade Vlaakith." But the true heir, the Prince of the Comet, could not overcome Vlaakith's knights and their ill-gotten worms. Mighty Voss, Gestil Kithrak, lit the astral sky aflame. When the ash had cleared, beloved Orpheus was gone. Heir, glorious prince. There's no greater crime than to exalt the pretender called Orpheus.
Alright, well.
Are you sure that's the best course of action?
Actually, I already say my party. I was trying to say leave, but...
What good is a warrior who's exiled from battle?
Alright. Let's go ahead and go to bed. Alright, fine. There we go. Oh. That's right. All right. Well, we're just coming up on 2 hours, so I think this is a good place to stop. We can finish the crash next week. But tonight, we'll be starting first playthrough of Ace Combat 2, because that's what Democracy chose. Monday is Final Fantasy IX. Wednesday, Horizon Zero Dawn. Wednesday evening will be Ace Combat 4. We're going to try and finish up the Ace run. I don't know if we'll be able to do it this week, but maybe next week. Then Thursday, the next 4 aircraft in the Joint Assault Showcase. Friday, Dragon Age Golems of Amgarok in the afternoon. And the Harley Quinn Arkham episode in Batman Arkham Knight in Friday night. Next Saturday, more Witcher 3. We're gonna try and get our the remaining Griffin Witcher Silver Sword diagram. Then we'll head to Crookback Bog. Then, well, actually, we're going to do some contracts before then, but, you know what I mean. And then next week in Baldur's Gate 3, we're going to complete the Crash. Which will wrap up Act 1. And we'll be ready for Act 2 by the end of next week. All right, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. Hopefully I see you this evening, but if not, have a great rest of your weekend. Take care, everybody.